to set the bar exceedingly low. I'm hoping this deck can outperform Jeskai's 0 match wins. The double Nykthos Shrine to Nyx here. It'd be a quick, not quite a Hearthstone hand, but not particularly good. That hand's okay. It's looking for a Lotus Bloom, but it's got a Leyline in the opener. It's got our Enduring Ideal. I'm going to bottom that. We're looking for lands and Lotus Blooms. Ooh! Leyline of Sanctity is probably really good against turn 1 Blackcleave Glyphs. It's probably really good against turn 1 Blackcleave Glyphs. I'm going to cycle this in case we had a Lotus Bloom. At least you made your opponent happy by not being... That's true. That's true. The small moment of panic where, like, your opponent's like, fuck, I'm playing Bogle. They're playing Bogles. It's just like, okay, this is fine. What are they doing? What do I name with this Nevermore? Nothing? It's probably just nothing, right? Yeah, Bogles plays 4 main deck Leylines now, generally. Hey, Jeff, longtime lurker. Thanks for all the great content. Borins, thanks for the 6-month resubscription. I appreciate that support while you lurk. Welcome back. Thanks for the half year. What are we... Do we put them on Mardu Pyromancer? This deck is already better than just Kai, right, Burgle? That's what I'm saying. Do I put them on Mardu Pyromancer? Do I just, like, board in some sweepers here? Or the rest in pieces? The rest in pieces are probably good, right? Yeah, I do have prisons, but I kind of just want more sweepers. Yeah, I just want, like, more of that effect, though, Burgle. Yeah, I'm going to trim some Rune Talos here. I think I want to keep... Actually, Gideon's Intervention is probably a better hedge than Nevermore, right? Because this can be a pseudo. This is another Rune Talo effect. I guess I can just cut all the Rune Talos if I keep Gideon's Intervention. Let's do that. I'm just going to board in my sweepers. If they're playing something like Goryo's Vengeance, it's like, whatever. We got a free one for game 1, so... We have a couple awkward cards for game 2. That's fine. Leyline was, like, probably pretty good last game, so I'm going to keep this medium minus hand on the back of a Leyline here. We have Solemnity, so that means we are only a Phyrexian Unlife away from setting that lock up, which is nice. Google Modern Ad Nauseam Combo Deck Tarantula. You can also look for videos of it on my YouTube channel. There should be a lot of good summaries online. It's a pretty popular tier 2 deck. They've had enough of our shit. Just like, no more of this Leyline is to get it fucking out of here. They've had enough, chat. They've had enough. I'm waiting on this because they could be a Blood Moon deck. That's why I didn't fetch my Hallowed Fountain. Yeah, looks like Mardu Pyro, right? But it makes me glad I brought in my 3 sweepers. If they fetch a swamp and cast Blood Moon here, I'm gonna wanna... Nope, yeah, that one's fine. Resolves. We played... The basic plains is becoming pretty common. We played a basic plains yesterday, and it was fine. Fetch a basic plains and a basic island here and cast the Solemnity. How we can stop these commercials on Twitch. Twitch Prime lets you not watch commercials. Subscribing to my channel lets you not watch commercials on my channel specifically. Twitch Turbo, is that still a thing that gives you no commercials? Strong card. Strong card. It's a good thing they killed my Leyline so they could Inquisition me. With Twitch Prime, I only see Mac Weldon commercials, right? That's why advertising with me is great for your brand. We get past all the ad blockers here on Hogland stream. The ads are fully integrated. Full integration. This is the read Starfield of Nyx long pause. Why should I hold the Starfield? So, we would like to draw an Enduring Ideal here. Ideally, we'd like to find that Enduring Ideal. Ghostly Prison is pretty good against Liliana ult. We have a few turns here. We have Ghostly Prison and we have Sweepers, so like buy us some time. Yeah, your Bedlam cost 5, bud. I have another Plains in my deck, right? I do. Alright, I'm gonna take them off their second red here. This is modern staple Peace of Mind, Frenzied Mage. Jeez, kids these days don't know their modern staples. No respect. None of the respect. So, we need an Enduring Ideal, or a Wrath of God, or a Ghostly Prison. Otherwise, we're gonna die real fast. Unlife actually does it too, right? Unlife gets me. Works with Solemnity. So we have a lot of good draws here at this point. I want to lead on Sphere of Safety here, right? I think I want to lead on Sphere of Safety. Yeah, so because we drew Dovescape and the Starfield of Nyx died, we could be in a little bit of trouble here. Now, I'm pretty sure it's Sphere into the enchantment that protects our enchantments. Where is it? Greater Auramancy, that's the one, right? Other enchantments you control have Shroud. Yeah. Just want to, like, lock them out as best of our abilities. And then we'll get Leyline, and then we'll get Form of the Dragon. So we don't die to Reach. Yeah, I cut that, Tom. I think that's too cute. We want to get Leyline because... Oh, yeah, I could get Copy Enchantment. I have a second Copy Enchantment, right? Yeah, Copy Enchantment's a good one. Because they could have another way to destroy... I guess they could have... No, Solemnity stops engineered explosives too, right? Right? Solemnity stops engineered explosives. So I should just get Copy Enchantment here to lock them out completely. So with these cards in my hand and the peace of mind in play, I can get Form of the Dragon now, because I need to get Form of the Dragon ASAP, because I don't want to draw it, because if I draw it, because my Starfield of Nyx is gone, I actually won't have a way to win the game. So I need to go get Form of the Dragon sooner rather than later, so we don't draw it by mistake. Because my goal is to kill them as quickly as possible, Burgle. I think Form of the Dragon does that. So, like, I can gain 9 on demand here. You know, when people talk about, like, playing Arena on their cell phone, I'm like, I don't think you get it. I'm not sure you understand. No, you don't skip your draw step, Anaronix. You just can't play spells. Yeah, we have Sphere of Safety. We're doing the safety dance. Safety dance. Safety dance. Do-do-do. 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 Do safety dance. Safety dance. All right. They can only attack me with spirits because of Farm of the Dragon. God, that's great. This is a good, don't you think Magic would make a good card game for your cell phone? Screenshot. Wait, but it's just gonna get bigger. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Alright. Poke you. Alright, now I'm gonna go get Leyline of Sanctity now. So that way we can't get burned out. There's a token limit, I believe. We're definitely about to hit it. And tweet a picture really quick. Infinite tokens are one enchant. So the last time we played this deck, my conclusion at the end of it was that it felt like it was genuinely good. And playing this game, I feel like that's the case again, this match. I'm not going to de-sphere the zombies. The zombies get to live to prove a point. The zombies get to survive to prove a point. Alright, so get Overwhelming Splendor here to continue proving our point. Have some 1/1s with no abilities. Of course, that's modern staple Overwhelming Splendor. What else would it be? I like how that was finally the tipping point. That was could you imagine this board state on a cell phone, just like on a screen this big? That sounds, people that are watching this stream on mobile right now, I tweeted a screenshot. Thanks everyone for hanging out here today. We're 1-0 in this league with light blue enduring ideal, which means we've already won infinitely more matches than we won with Jeskai control. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time TCG player and content producer here on Twitch. I stream Magic 30 plus hours a week. We play a ton of Modern, we play some Legacy, we play some Vintage. I also play games like Hex and Hearthstone on occasion. If you're enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are quite literally the people that keep me employed. They're the reason I'm here day in and day out. If you're one of the many people in the world who has Amazon Prime, if you link your Amazon account to your Twitch account, that gets you Twitch Prime for free. And Twitch Prime gives you a free channel subscription to a channel of your choice every single month here on Twitch. This deck and most of the decks we play here on the stream are viewer-provided deck lists. If you're interested in learning how I can play one of your deck lists on stream, or if you want to look up some of the upcoming sweet user-submitted deck lists that we have coming up, check out bit.ly/HoogleSellout. You can also support myself by checking out some of my wonderful sponsors. MTGOtraders.com. Love to buy and sell some Magic Online cards with you. And if you use code Hoagland PayPal and check out them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com. Buy and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using code Jeff12, you can save 12% on custom playmats, mousepads, binders, and bags there. And of course, I would like to welcome everyone to Huglandia. Please talk to your friendly neighborhood moderator about receiving your complimentary timeout. And that, ladies and germs, is a lesson on how to shield to your maximum potential without interrupting any of the actual Magic gameplay. So we're back here for our second match with White-Blue Enduring Ideal. Hey, Jeff, before I send you a list, can you tell me if you would consider Battle of Wits? No, Battle of Wits tends to make Magic Online run really slow and clunky, and I find that really frustrating. Twitch Whisper or Twitter DM, or if you're a sub, you can message me on Discord. I think this hand's not good enough. It has Enduring Ideal and Leyline in it, but like it also has a lot of the cards that we don't really want to draw, and we don't have access to another land. So this is a pretty easy mulligan, I think. This hand's not amazing, but it's fine. I'll bottom this Dovescape here. You think it should run Serum Visions? I think you could make an argument for Sleight of Hand too instead of Serum Visions, because Sleight of Hand helps you find Lotus Blooms more consistently on one. And like the games you suspend Lotus Bloom are much better than the games you don't. So, Phyrexian Unlife is a little bit worse against Affinity on average than other aggressive decks in the format. I actually think Phyrexian Unlife is a big part of what makes this deck reasonably competitive. Like, this card is basically a time walk against a lot of aggressive decks in the format, but because Affinity has access to Inkmoth Nexus, it doesn't always buy you as much time against them as it does against other decks. Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment, Burgle. No, I don't think this is a Jace deck. I think I agree with Burgle's assessment that this deck has a lot of clunkiness to it, and I think playing cards to make this deck less clunky is where you want to be, as opposed to playing more expensive cards like Jace. Huh. Do I Gideon's Intervention naming Steel Overseer here? Because they're going to start attacking me with those, right? I just named Steel Overseer, right? Again, when you're building decks, you want to be solving problems, and I don't envision Jace solving problems that this deck has. Hippity Long Ears with the brand new tier 1 sub. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thank you for the support. No, we have Unlife, Tom. So Unlife buys us at least one additional turn, which gives us time to like find a Ghostly Prison potentially. Or a D-Sphere, maybe. Is that a good one? All right, we're looking for a Safety Sphere, another Ghostly Prison. Yeah. Yeah, just top. Just put that one on top. Put it on top, will you? Throw it up on top. Ooh, they drew a land. Drawing a land here is good for them. A land means that they can hit another land and kill us next turn, potentially. I agree, Burgle. I agree that that was a mistake on their part. Captain GG Drizzle, thank you very much for the brand new tier 1 sub. I do appreciate it. Yggdrasil. Captain Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil. Thank you for the support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Okay, so how much mana does this make? This only makes 4, right? So I'm 1 off of casting this because this land is tapped. Did I have an opportunity to activate this game? I don't think so. That's unfortunate. Oh, you know what I should do? So I'm gonna do this, and then I should Nevermore Mox Opal, right? Because Mox Opal's a live draw that could kill us. So I want a Nevermore Mox Opal here. Good chance we die still, but if we survive this turn, we just go Enduring Ideal, grab Solemnity, and then lock them out. So we need to not have an untapped land here. Safety dance. Safety dance. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So you're saying you're going to prison? So you're saying you're going to prison. All right. Hey, Mr. T with the 4-month resubscription. Thank you very much and welcome back, Mr. T. Solemnity ho! Bum ba dum ba dum ba da 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 da. Bum ba dum ba dum ba da 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 da. You're me, Yugi boy. This is all I got. This is all I got. No, this is game 1. This is game 1. This should be the lock. This should be the lock. Resolves. I just go get... We just go get Dovescape now, just in case, right? Just like Dovescape's the lock. Yeah, and the reason why I like this deck, and that's exactly why. The reason why I like this deck more than Blue-Red Prison is that once we've established our lock and we win the game is over. They literally just can't get out of this at this point. They're dead. It's just going to take us a couple of turns. We don't care about Grid because I have Unlife Solemnity. Unlife Solemnity means I can't die to damage. What's going on, Mr. T? Howdy, howdy. Welcome to Thunderdome, opponent. Hope you enjoyed your stay. Hope you enjoyed your stay. I think this is a Nodes matchup. I definitely want these. Catch the replays later. Let's go down, Ryland. Have a good one. Do I want Drop of Honey in this matchup? I feel like I probably do. Oh, we don't need ley lines. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Did I just cut the ley lines? I kind of like that. Yeah, if a deck has like Restoration Angels and Blade Splicers and stuff in it, I think that build of blue-white is fine. So like you said, that's a mid-range deck. It's not a control deck. If you're wondering, if you're looking at this pile of cards and wondering what in the heck this deck does, if you click on that link for my articles there, it's called Modern Diamonds in the Rough. I talked about what this deck does in that article there. That would likely be fine, Lord Archaeos. Decks that can attack for lethal are good. Maybe I should leave one Leyline in just in case. I'm gonna leave one Leyline in just in case we want to like feel extra secure. Yeah, so it's straightforward that the deck wants to cast Enduring Ideal. It's not straightforward if you're not familiar with how this deck often wins in Modern, with how you actually end the game after you cast Enduring Ideal. I think I'm going to mulligan this hand because I think I want a Sweeper or a Lotus Bloom in my opener on average a lot of the time. This hand's also pretty bad, right? I've got Enduring Ideal and I've got a Scry on the draw. Alright, I'm gonna keep it. Never forget, chat. You will never lose a game because you mulligan to 5 if you always keep 6 or 7. That's just the cold hard truth right there. Nothing but the facts on this stream. Nothing but the facts on this stream. Can this deck beat an Aven Mind Sensor? I don't know, maybe. Hey, we had a $10 donation there. I feel that it is my duty to keep Charbelcher in the queue. Sounds good, I appreciate that. Did I miss a sub as well? I think I missed a sub. Fuzzy Wuzzy 42 with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month. Took my Sphere of Safety, okay? A short fat friend with the brand new Twitch Prime support as well. Thank you and welcome. I'm glad you're enjoying our Bastion of Modern in a sea of Cube. Always constructed on this channel. I think I want to keep the Rune Talo here. I think I want to just Rune Talo this Inkmoth Nexus. Inkmoth is pretty scary. Yeah, probably Green Sky Dragon. That sounds kind of sweet. Bits for Belcher, one with nothing. Thank you very much. Thank you for the support. No, I caught random login name. They wanted to add Belcher back to the queue. I can spell Inkmoth. I can spell Inkmoth. I'm gonna build myself Bring to Lightscape Shift. Do you have an opinion into the deck? It's okay. It's got, I like toolbox decks. It's one of the better toolbox decks in Modern right now to set the bar low. We've played it moderately recently. Within the last month or so, we've definitely registered that deck list. Yep. Not necessarily. They can deal 5 to you with 1 damage source, then deal 10 to you. It's very hard to kill you with Unlife plus Form of the Dragon, but not impossible. We are 1-0 in this league, and we are up a game in this second match. Although this game is not looking particularly promising for us. Rants gotta come naturally, chat. They gotta flow through me. I gotta feel it inside me. It's gotta build up naturally. You can't force a quality rant. This seems good. Got a Ghostly and a Wog and a Copy Enchantment for the Ghostly. Can we get a Portillo shill for a second? I think I'm supposed to bottom that there because I just want to look for make my land drops aggressively here, ideally. Do you feel like unbanning Preordain would catapult Storm over the top deck? I don't know. I think just like with Storm in the format, I probably don't want to risk unbanning a better cantrip. I think I want to cycle this cast out here. Oh, geez, do they not have another land? That's so good for us. Punished. Punished. It's going to come off one turn late now. Banning Gifts Ungiven because Storm is strong is as stupid as banning cantrips because Storm is strong. If you think Storm is too good, ban fucking Grape Shot. For the love of God, ban Grape Shot. I don't like to try and predict what cards like that would do to Modern because I can't see the future. So I'm a big fan of not trying to predict the future. So I would just say I think Dig would probably be okay for Modern, and I'd see how things shake out. Oh, their hand is so good. It's really unfortunate. Stop interacting with me, opponent. The good news is we have this D-Sphere on top of our deck here, so we get to D-Sphere, this Cranial Plating, and then we get to Copy Enchantment, the D-Sphere a couple of times too if we need to, so we're going to have to shorten their clock up here a little bit, which is nice. Didn't get Spell Pierced. Hopefully they don't have another Wear Chair. Edibizzle with the 2-month resubscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. I appreciate that. Thanks for the continued support. So, Aether Grid, sure. Alright. We draw Enduring Ideal. Do I just cast this? Is that nuts? I die if they have Cranial Plating, but I'm probably dead if they have Cranial Plating regardless, right? I think I just cast this, right? Yeah, we just like cast this and then copy it. I got you, Dizzle. I got you. We could die here. They do have draws that kill us here by casting this, but I think it's right to cast it. Dead to Galv Blast. If you've never played against Affinity before, every time you're dead to Galv Blast, they have Galv Blast. Just in case you're wondering. That wasn't bad. Like, it felt like we were pretty far behind there, so like playing the Form of the Dragon to like take it could have been reasonable. They had Thoughtseize and they had Wear Chair, and then they had the Galv Blast to prevent us from locking it up. I wonder what they sideboarded out. Because like, I feel like Galv Blast is the card that I would cut if I was playing Affinity against our deck. But they must have just like cut threats to bring in Wear Chairs and Thoughtseizes and stuff, huh? I think planning to Ghostly Prison and copy Ghostly Prison was better, and it was only worse against exactly Wear Chair into Thoughtseize. I think playing around exactly Wear Chair into Thoughtseize is narrow and bad. I think on average, my line is gonna work out pretty well for us. I think the fact that my opponent had the 1-2 cards, it's not even about getting super lucky. It's a different affinity player. This is a different affinity player, right? I think that might have been a misclick. Yeah, land's fine, right? Play Mistveil Plains next turn, Glacial Fortress turn after. So we have Rune Talo and Copy Enchantment Rune Talo to buy us a little bit of time here till we can bridge to the Enduring Ideal. We just need one more land in our next few draws to be able to Enduring Ideal when the Lotus Bloom comes off. Taking 8, 9, 10 here. Oh, here's our land. This comes off next turn, right? Okay. Yeah, Lotus Bloom is great, Burgle. We might be dead to Infect here. I'm actually not sure offhand. But I definitely need to name Vault Scourge because we're dead to that. I think we're dead to Animate the Blink Moth and attack for 10, right? Yeah, just dead to that. I mean, we're dead no matter what I name there, right? Ah, I love timing out people that want to tell me I'm wrong when they don't know what our cards do. It's my actual favorite. It's my actual favorite. Yeah, so I think we trim the Ley Lines, the Intervention, and the Nevermore. Bring these 5 in again. Suppression feels interesting. Suppression feels like a pseudo Blood Moon style card where like it gets people on occasion, right? Double Nykthos is awkward. It's got Prison in it though. And like an ideal. I think I'm keeping on the back of Prison. Prison's pretty good in this matchup. Thanks, El Dorte. I think I just wait on this Rune Talo. Nah, I should name. Nah. I'm just gonna wait on the Rune Talo, I think. It is Devotion for Nykthos, you're not wrong. Sometimes they have Wear Tear. It depends. Some lists don't play Wear Tear at all. Some of them play some. I've heard some affinity players that I respect say that like you just don't beat Stony anyways, so you shouldn't board Wear Tear. The thing about naming Ink Moth is that it's just like not terribly relevant against once I have Ghostly Prison out. But like if I had If I had this in play, this would make 5, and then I'd be able to. So if I would have had Rune Taillow in play, I could have cast Enduring Ideal this turn. Yeah, so I put myself behind because of that. So I think we just go get Safety Dance first, right? That should pretty much lock them out of attacking us. Alright, so I have to pay 6 to attack us here. And rent's only going up next turn, opponent. There's no reprieve here. It's only going to get worse for you from here. Rent is going up and conditions are getting worse. Look, it's the rising cost of inflation. This hand is awful. I like how we just keep having our one Leyline of Sanctity in our opener. You said my Cascade deck wasn't competitive for Legacy, and I know you're a man of reason, so give me a democracy number, please. For 50, I'll play most anything, Snowski. That's a fine $50 pop. That's usually my number for things that I've rejected because they're gonna get run over. I think I'm supposed to bin this aggressively, right? This looks like we drafted in Vintage Cube, right? I think I'm supposed to... I guess this gives me a play next turn, which, like, gives me more selection in the future. Yeah, actually, I'm going to keep that. Alright, so we'll see if we can manage to not die before we get Ghostly Prison, Copy Enchantment, Ghostly Prison going here. Might be time to kick Moto. Not quite dead here, right? Yeah, sweet. If they want to go in on the Ink Moth, they're not going to be able to attack through the Ghostly Prison, which is great. Sphere of Safety. Nope. Nope, I would like that one. I would like that one. That one goes a long way towards locking things up. I'm not dead next turn, right? They could pay 2, and then they only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are they not aware that Wear Tear exists? Couldn't afford Wear Tear. I'm not upset that this happened. I'm just like, why aren't you a Wear Tear? Why aren't you a Wear Tear? There's a deck list on your screen. If you're on mobile, you can type !deck in chat to get a link to the deck list. Looking for a sweeper, a sweeper, a sweeper. Do 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 do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I play this, I actually can't die next turn, right? I can only take 7. I think I'm supposed to bend this and look for a sweeper though. Or another ghostly prison. Yep, good game, opponent. I guess we wait and make them do it, but we should be dead here. No, I'm taking 7 on board, Tom, so I can't fetch for Sphere. They sack Inkmoth and Opal, they could try and kill us here. And with two Ravagers, it's pretty safe to do this. Yeah, good game, opponent. Opponent's pretty correct to go for it here. So some key enchantment destruction on pivotal turns out of Affinity, putting us behind in both of those games. Yeah, I'm not sure I had better choices to make. I don't even think Affinity's that bad of a matchup for this deck. Like, I think if you look at, like, if we look at the average, like, robots list on Goldfish, most of them don't have that many ways to kill artifacts and enchantments. And, like, both times we've lost to them, they've had, like, their artifact or enchantment destruction on point every time. So Wear Tear is present in a quarter of Affinity sideboards, less than a quarter, 21% of the reported lists. So the fact that we ran into them and they had it, like... When I'm playing Copy Enchantment, give enough, since the copy doesn't carry... It would have, yeah, you're right. I should have played the Copy Enchantment out. So, actually, no, I don't think that's true. So, playing the Copy Enchantment out meant I was tapped out, which meant my opponent was free to go for it. Whereas, if I held up mana, they had to make a decision and they're less likely to go for it. So, I think it's actually right to not play the Copy Enchantment there, because it gives my opponent pause to not just jam their stuff. This is probably a mulligan. God, it's so good if it had lands. All the Hearthstone hands look good, right? Ding. Suspended Search for tomorrow. This matchup's probably not that bad for us. They probably don't have anywhere near enough Enchantment 8 to beat us. A lot of these decks have a main deck copy of Reclamation Sage now. Yeah, it's pretty close, Punishing Waterfalls. It's pretty close. Really want to hit a white source next turn so we can get these halos and these unlifes and stuff going. The Halo actually wants to name Primeval Titan, right? I'm pretty sure Halo wants to name Primeval Titan. Like, I have a second Leyline I can cast to, like, double insulate me against Valakut down the line. Halo naming Steve. Steve! All right. I mean, this filters into white basically, right? Go. We get to cast Enduring Ideal next turn. I think Enduring Ideal starts by getting Greater Auramancy, right? Yeah, Valakut's a May. We actually just don't sideboard here, right? I guess Ghostly Prison's pretty bad. It's like bring in 3 copies of Silence because it's like pseudo Time Walk. I think that's what I do. I like Sphere of Safety because if we're only going to have one of that effect, Sphere of Safety is like the best of that effect. We are 1-2 in this league. We lost to Affinity twice. Yep, I agree. That seems pretty good. It's got a Leyline and a Halo again. It's got Nykthos as well, and it's got a Temple to hopefully help us find another white source. Circle of Protections are modern legal. One point at a time towards Heartless Tashar. Thank you very much. Thank you for the bits. We didn't lose to the Affinity decks because we didn't have Stony Silence. We lost to the Affinity decks because they had Wear Terror. So I don't think you should go. If you didn't watch the Affinity matches, you should go back and watch them. If you watched them and concluded we need Wear Terror, you should watch them again. Or we need Stony Silence, you should watch them again, I think. So I'm just gonna slam Auramancy, Copy Enchantment in that order, right? So like get our ship protected here since I drew this. We'd have actually been worse off in a lot of those games if our Ghostly Prison had been Stony Silence because they were just like attacking us with wide boards in the games we were losing. Yep. Yep. Story Circle costs 3. I also don't think that one's modern legal. Story Circle was Masks, I think. Was Story Circle reprinted in 8th? So I don't know what set that's in. It also takes white mana to activate too. Story Circle is... Or... Heartless Teshar Bits. Thank you. Thank you, Norman. So... Do I Rune Talo here, name Titan, or name Valakut? I don't think I want to play the Nykthos, the Nykthos out. I could, like, float mana, play second Nykthos, play Leyline, but then, like, I'm pretty far off of Enduring Ideal. The problem is that, like, if they have a Titan next turn, I'm in trouble. We can copy enchantment naming Titan. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, we should name Valakut here because we can copy enchantment it to name Titan next turn if we need to. We can't quite cast Ideal next turn. We need 2 turns. Morning extras. So we'll copy enchantment my Rune Talo on... Am I supposed to just name Valakut again here? I feel like I'm supposed to just name Valakut again here, right? Because next turn, I just get to Enduring Ideal, right? With my double Nykthos. Which I can go get the enchantment that, like, stops them from attacking. I think I just named Valakut again. Because I think the way I lose is they, like, kill my thing and then kill me with Valakut. And then next turn I'm going to Enduring Ideal. So, like, I can take 8 here. It's like I have Unlife. You just want to, like, when you're in a position where you're ahead like this, you want to constantly be asking yourself, like, okay, what does my opponent do to make me lose this game? And I think the answer to that question is take my Rune Talo off the table and be able to hit me with Valakut. A Coop Play, thank you very much for the 2-month subscription. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I just go get Solemnity here, right? Nah, it's probably better to go get Overwhelming Splendor first. You could have cast Halo. Yes, I could have. Chad is correct. I could have cast this one before activating the second Nykthos. That was free. No, we can't play it before activating the first Nykthos, Tom. So it is only break even mana wise. Like I said, this matchup's probably pretty good for us, which is a point in favor of this deck. I like decks that beat up on Valakut. Well, we're 2-2 now after 2 really close losses to Affinity. If you're new, welcome. My name is Jeff Hogan. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. I appreciate you stopping by again. I stream Magic full time here on this stream. We play a ton of wacky modern decks. We mostly play decks that are viewers submitted deck lists. If you're interested in finding out how I could play one of your decks on stream, check out bit.ly/HugoSellout. Or if you want to just take a peek at what kind of sweet decks we have coming up in the queue. If you're enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel, or at the very least, checking out some of my wonderful sponsors. Cardsphere.com will help you turn some of your cards into other cards or cash, direct with other players. There's no haggling, they just take a 1% fee off the top. Mac Weldon provides premium men's clothing. Using code Jeff Hoagland at bit.ly/HugoClothes, you can save 20% on your first order of premium shorts, underwear, socks, t-shirts, polos, all sorts of great stuff there. And of course, this stream wouldn't be possible without viewers like Anoronics, Justin Nivik, and all of y'all out there. Thanks for hanging out, folks. And there's a lot of different things you could be doing, different people you could be watching on a Thursday. I appreciate you spending some of your time here with us. We're 2-2, heading on into our 5th and final match of this league with this deck. If you think this deck is kind of sweet and you want to see more of it, be sure to check out my YouTube channel as well, youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland. You can, the monkey on the sellout page gets me every time. It's great, I agree. We've played this deck previously and it was really sweet last time. It's been really sweet this time. Even though we're 2-2, I feel like both of our losses were like really close and they could have gone either way if we'd just been a little bit more fortunate. For those of you playing bingo at home, Moto is almost at 2 gigs of RAM, so we'll do a reboot here after this match for sure. You missed Belcher. We played it yesterday. Yesterday? Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Yesterday sounds right. Ghost Quarter, Basic Plains, huh? A Basic Plains strategy, eh? No Vial, no 2-drop is like, what are you doing with your life, Basic Plains? No Vial, no 2-drop? What are your choices that have led you here? What's going on, Horde? Welcome to a live one. It was a math department paper. This fucking button. We need to rant about the microphone. Yeah, I need to stop using it. I actually set up a hotkey on my keyboard so that way I can know when my button's gonna work. It's so annoying. The Nykthoses have been good pretty consistently. The Field of Runes might be a little bit suspect. It's possible that those aren't quite good enough for the colorless awkwardness that they introduced to the mana base, but the Nykthoses have ramped us up into having enough to do our things a few times now. You never board out. So here's the really convoluted thing this deck does. You can never board out Peace of Mind, because Peace of Mind allows you to discard cards like Form of the Dragon if you draw them after you get your epic spell going. So that way you can either Nykthos them, or so that way you can either Starfield of Nyx them back into play, or you can Mistveil Plains them back into your deck. So you should never cut Peace of Mind, ever. It solves it much more slowly. Much more slowly. A lot of the time your hand is fairly empty, and like Modern's not a format where you can wait 6 turns to get your thing back into your deck if it's important. Should we copy enchantment search? That's interesting. Huh. When you have the epic lock though, but if a card you need to assemble the lock is in your hand, you don't have time, because they're going to kill you because your lock piece is in your hand. I definitely should have done this last turn. This was a good suggestion. Be a dirty blue player instead of a dumb blood mage shill. To set the bar low, Back to Basics would be a less offensive card than Blood Moon in Modern. Oh, I definitely want to land. No, I'm pretty sure the copy doesn't transform. Like 90% sure? Let's go with 90%. 95%? 95%. Has a regular magic back. What if it has an abnormal magic back? Because they don't want you to not be able to have fun, JMP. Planeswalkers are fun. You can't take away people's fun. I have faith in a moto bug. That's true. What is supposed to happen and what will happen if I transform it on Magic Online, those are definitely different things. Those are not always one and the same. Hope it flips into insectile aberration. I'm pretty sure, someone was asking earlier what this deck's bad matchups are. I'm pretty sure control matchups are harder. So we have 4 copies of Silence and 2 copies of Boseiju on our board. I don't think there is much we could do here. I'd have to think about, honestly, maybe because we have blue spells, playing these silences is just nonsense. And perhaps we should just have some copies of Negate in our sideboard. Burgle commented earlier that there's a good chance this deck should just have some cantrips in it. I think that's probably the case. Like, this cast out is probably nonsense. Honestly, these Search for Tomorrows are probably a little bit of nonsense too. Like, the decks you want this effect against probably have enough Field of Runes that this backside's not very good. So, like, if I turned, like, this, and, like, maybe this third Unlife into like, 4 Serum Visions or 4 Sleight of Hands, I think that would probably be pretty reasonable. Yeah, just, like, play 4 Serum Visions. I've got how many blue sources? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I think turning these into Serum Visions is probably a reasonable swap. And probably test these silences as a mix of negates and dispels. I could see that. Being very reasonable. Like I said, I think that last matchup was very tough, but I think the 2 affinity matchups that we lost were very winnable with a little bit better luck. All right, let's